everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and today we're going to show you how to make nectarine freezer jam. I picked up some beautiful nectarines at my local Harvest Barn Country Markets yesterday, and I don't want these size to go bad. Plus, we love freezer jam and we want to have it ready so we can have it all winter long, right? So I've got, I don't know, maybe 1.5 dozen nectarines. I don't know how much this is going to give me of my fruit mash. So I'm going to wash them first. I'm going to pit them. And today I'm actually going to keep the skins on. I like that little bit of skin and a little bit of bite in my jam. Mom's not too sure about it, but we're doing that today. That's how we're going to do it. So we're going to just wash these and get the pits out. Okay, so you're just going to take your knife and roll around the whole circumference of it. Twist it open, and that pit should come right out. Some of them you might have to cut out with a knife. Sometimes they split, but they're usually pretty easy. Some of these are a little soft, and that's perfect for jam, right? Jam making. They're nice and ripe.
Well, the riper the better at doing jam.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to chop it into chunks. I like chunky pieces in my jam. You too, Mom?
Yeah.
Is that how you want me to do it?
Well, you have to mash them anyway, but
yes,
yeah.
But about an inch dice-ish. Get it going?
Yeah.
Rough chop them. They don't have to be perfect, that's for sure.
No, save all the juice you can.
Yes. We've been doing all kinds of preserving today. We did how to can nasturtium nodes.
Right.
We did how to can dill pickles today. And this beautiful nectarine freezer jam. So again, this is going to go into your freezers. It's not something that's going to be processed in a canner, none of that stuff. It's going to go right into your freezer. You put enough sugar in there that it's going to preserve it perfectly fine. Sugar and pectin, and when you take it out, it keeps in your fridge like indefinitely. I've never seen one of our jams go bad, but usually we eat them pretty quickly. Yeah. So your first things first is you have to figure out how much fruit mash you have, so that you can use the appropriate amount of pectin and sugar and water.
Right.
And lemon juice.
Right.
Oh, and this is going to be such a pretty jam with the red skins of the nectarine and that beautiful yellow, orange, mango colored flesh.
Right. It's going to be beautiful.
Now we've made peach jam.
I love
Mom
peach
loves
jam.
peach jam.
I think that's my favorite. Well, strawberry and peach.
And so when I suggested let's do nectarine, Mom wasn't too upset.
No. We get stuck on recipes that other people make up, and that kind of stifles your own creativity. Somebody tells you can't make jam out of such and such, then for sure we'll have to try it.
That's right. We'll figure out a way. Don't tell me I can't.
Think of those snowy weekends in the winter time. Take this jam out. It's wonderful.
And eat it on crepes.
Oh, so good.
Put it on toast. Eat it with your crackers. With a beautiful sharp cheese. Sharp sheep's milk cheese or goat's milk cheese even. Delicious. It's also beautiful to make glazes for meat.
Yes, absolutely.
Now we've done some other freezer jam recipes for you. Make sure you check them out. We did a nice grape jam, freezer jam, and we also did a strawberry freezer jam for y'all.
And a strawberry Saskatoon berry.
You did, but we didn't show it to them.
Oh.
You just did it.
When
I came home one day and Mom had strawberry jam with Saskatoon berries in it. Yum. So you're best off getting your fresh produce from a market somewhere close to the farms instead of trying to go to a regular grocery store, because that stuff has traveled from who knows where, how far, and your market usually ensures that it comes from a pretty close radius from
the farmers markets.
From
they
the
all
market.
do that, yeah.
And that ensures that you get nice ripe fruit that actually ripened on the tree or the vine.
Yes.
And it's not bruised, it's not
damaged.
Marred. That's right. They're not putting gases on them to transport them and all that stuff.
And they haven't been picked green and with no flavor.
Right.
That's
they've
the other thing.
They've ripened on the tree.
Right. If they don't ripen on the tree, they're not going to be sweet.
That's right. So we're going to save as much juice as we can as well right here. Okay, so we're just going to mash this up until Mom says it's good. You want to get a nice amount of that beautiful juice squeezed out. You want to still have a nice skin in there. I want the skin. I love that. Makes me happy. But you also want some nice chunks of the fruit as well. I don't like it to be really smooth. I like to have a nice big chunk of something on my toast when I'm doing it. Also, I love using these jams for making vinaigrettes. And instead of using honey or agave nectar, I like to use the jam to sweeten it and also impart a lot of extra flavor.
I think it's good.
That's good? Okay, so we have a nice mash here. Keep all that pulp. You don't want to lose any of it.
No, it's too precious.
Like liquid gold. All right, next step, we have to make sure we know how much mash we have. I'm just gonna put it into a measuring cup.
So it looks like you got about 5 cups.
So this is gonna be a double batch of jam.
Yeah.
And a double batch means I'm gonna have to use 2 packages of pectin,
Right.
and double the sugar and double etc. Right? So that is 1 liter. It's just over 4 cups. Okay. Okay, for this particular type of jam, we need 2 1/4 cups of the mashed fruit. You're gonna wanna follow the instructions on your package for your pectin because that's your limiting factor. So we have just shy of five cups, and that's okay. I'm still gonna use 2 packages of pectin. You'd rather overdo it than underdo it.
Absolutely.
So in goes, back goes my lovely mash, my fruit mash. And you can do this with pretty much any fruit.
Right.
Like today we're using the pectin crystals. We kind of like the dry one better. We have used the liquid one, but okay, so we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of lemon juice with this. You wanna use the fake kind, not the fake kind, but the kind in the bottle. You don't wanna use fresh lemon juice. It just doesn't work as well. Trust us on that, okay? So 4 tablespoons. Okay, so for each package of pectin and each ration of your mash, you're gonna use 4.5 cups of sugar. So we're gonna measure out 9 cups because this is a double batch. That's 9 cups. Now we're gonna stir everything together, and you're gonna let this mash sit for about 10 minutes, okay, before you even mess with it with the pectin. So the pectin is going to be dissolved in water on your stovetop in a small saucepan, and we're gonna get that ready. It's gonna be 3/4 cup per package of pectin, so that means we're using 1.5 cups today and 2 packages of pectin. It has to bloom, I guess you would say, kind of like how you would do yeast, right?
Yeah,
It has to be activated.
yeah.
Okay, and that's what's going to gel, make your jam nice and like a gel, right?
Yeah, right, so it's not like the syrup.
Right. So here is this gorgeous fruit mash. This probably tastes ridiculously good right now. And it's going to be sweet, so don't be afraid. Fruits or jam is sweet. Jam is sweet, okay?
Yeah.
So just get over it. That's the way it is.
Show them how beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it without me tipping it all out. But there it is. Beautiful mash. Tastes gorgeous, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that sugar just intensifies the fabulous sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. And nectarines are nice and tangy too.
Oh, yes.
They make me happy. Okay, so we're gonna sit for 10 minutes and we're gonna get our water boiling on the stove. All right, so we have 1.5 cups of water in a small saucepan, and I'm going to put the pectin in now while it's cold. We're gonna stir it and dissolve it, and then we're gonna bring it to a full rolling boil, okay? That's important. Now, when you know it's a full rolling boil and it can't be stirred back down, like cooling it off by stirring, it's just gonna keep on boiling, then you know it's ready to go. So stir this up best you can. Okay, so we've stirred it to dissolve it. Now I'm gonna put it on my stovetop. By the time it comes to a full rolling boil, this will be sitting for 10 minutes, okay? So off to the races. Okay, so as I stir, Mom is going to pour it in nice and slow. This has come to a nice rolling boil. It's ready to go. You don't want it to burn on the bottom of your saucepan, so you have to move a little bit quickly when it's ready. You want to thoroughly stir that in. Oh, this is going to be such a nice jam. It's going to be so pretty. Get all the pectin out. That's your activator. That's going to turn it from from nectarine juice and mash to a jam. Okay, now stir that nicely. As this cools, it's going to thicken. Now that's what it looks like. It's ready to go into these jars. So you want to have some sterilized jars ready. And we're just going to get them out on the counter prepared. Okay, so I've got my jars and my lids sterilized and ready to go. I don't know how many this is going to fill. We might even need more than this. But we're going to start like this. Using one of these handy dandy funnels works really, really well. And I'm just going to use a ladle. I'm going to ladle this in. You're going to leave about a ½ inch of headspace, yes?
Yeah.
Because this is going to freeze. And as liquid freezes, it's going to expand, okay? So if you don't want to crack that jar and you don't want it overflowing either. Is that good, Mom?
Perfect.
Okay. So rinse and repeat on all these jars until all your jam is in these jars. That's a good looking jam.
Mm-hmm.
So gauge it by either looking in the funnel and guesstimating or looking at the side so you know how high it came. It's not always easy and it's not easy to see sometimes from the top. And if you do tend to fill it a little too much, just use a spoon and scoop out a couple spoonfuls and you're good. Oh, I love jam day.
It's instant gratification.
I can see that it's already starting to congeal with the pectin. That's great. And there's our nectarine jam. Beautiful. Okay. So the next step here is we need to wipe off all of these jars nicely, because they have stuff on the sides, etc. Okay, so I'm just wiping off these bottles now, and we're going to let these guys sit on our counter for 24 hours. Mom says that if we put it in the freezer right now, sometimes the sugar crystals haven't all the way dissolved yet, and then you get kind of a crystally, crunchy, fruity thing. And not that it doesn't taste good, not that it's not whatever, but it's not exactly what you want. So wipe them off, because you don't want anything to be all sticky everywhere. And then these keep indefinitely in your freezer.
Yep.
I mean, years, but you'll use them. I know you'll use them way ahead of time. Try experimenting with other flavors and mixing flavors. You're going to really be excited about this. All right. Well, actually,
over the year, I always save any pretty jars that we come across, especially for doing jam.
so here's our jams, and I mean, you can have your little matching ones if you want, but you don't need it. And these guys are not going to seal. They're not going to automatically just suck and seal. So you can't put these in your fruit cellar.
No.
They're going to go bad. You have to put these in your freezer. And there's different recipes in with your pectin that'll show you cooked jam, cooked jelly, and freezer jam.
Right.
And there's different proportions and everything for all of them. So this is how you do it. This is how you make nectarine freezer jam. How cool, right?
Awesome.
Anyway,
Awesome.
so let's show you one of these.
So delicious.
You got this gorgeous nectarine mash, and you've got the gorgeous skin in there. I'm so happy that we left the skin on. I think it's going to be so cool. So not only is it going to be pretty, but it's going to be super tasty, and you captured summer.
Right.
In a jar.
That's right.
In your freezer, so that when you have 8 million feet of snow outside like us, you can enjoy this with a nice some toast and your tea or coffee in the morning.
Crepes. Oh.
Ridiculous. Anyhow, that's how you make nectarine freezer jam. Make sure you try some and check out some of our other recipes as well. You'll be happy you did. Check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at cookingwithkim, with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it. That's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.